Hi! Okay, today we're going to talk about fractional parts of a number. It's page 191. On the little yellow box, it gives you some fractions and it explains that a fraction, that they're unit fractions because the numerator is 1. That top number is 1. So that means it's a unit fraction. If it was any other number but 1, it wouldn't be a unit fraction. You use that to find the fractional part of a whole number. And to do that, you divide the whole number by the denominator. So, before we go into showing that on the board, I'm going to show you in real life. If I were to tell you, I need half a sheet of paper, what would you do? You would fold it down the middle because that gives you a half. Now, if I were going to write that, that would be 1/2 of 1. It would look like this. Like that. And after you cut your paper, you would have that. But what if I had 2 pieces of paper and I wanted to know what half of 2 was? It would look like this if I wrote it. Well, if I break those 2 pieces up, I have 1 piece and 1 piece. So half of 2 is 1. The easy way to do this with numbers is to say this number here, the great big whole number, it goes inside of our division house. The denominator is what goes outside, knocking on the door to get in. How many times can 2 go into 2? 1. And we don't have to do the long division. We can just do short division. We can say we know that 1 times 2 is 2, so there's no remainder. That's all this means. That's all that yellow stuff means. That's all the big words fractional part of a number means. Let's go back to our sheet of paper. If we were to say 1/4 of 1, I would cut that in half. Then I'd cut that like that again so that there are 4 separate pieces. And if I just want 1/4 of that, it's 1. I could have also just said 4 divided by 4 equals 1. Okay, let's do a few. First, we'll look at the ones that they've got in the yellow box. They have half of 16, 1/5 of 25, and 1/4 of 24. Start with 1/2 of 16. Remember, this number goes in our house. The denominator goes outside. How many times can 2 go into 16? 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16. 1/5 of 25. Which number goes in my big house? The 25. And this number goes here. So that's going to be a 5 because 5 goes into 25 5 times. And finally, 1/4 of 24. I'm going to give you a minute to set it up. Not a minute because, you know, I'm recording. Okay, did it look like this? Did you put your 24 inside of the division house and the 4 at the door? That's perfect. How many times can 4 go into 24? 18,000! No, 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. That's all that means. It just means you're breaking up the big number by the denominator. You're dividing that big whole number by the denominator of the fraction. And now let's do a few quick review cards. 14, 8, 7, 13,